How long is a marathon? Exercise enthusiasts frequently wonder how long a marathon is. You've probably seen a few advertisements for marathons with options for both novice and seasoned runners. All you need to do is adhere to an efficient training schedule if you want to join one. If the amount of time it takes to complete a marathon seems daunting, don't let it deflate your spirits. Believe us when we say that crossing the finish line is one of the best feelings ever. To participate in a marathon, you don't need to be an athlete or an experienced runner. You'll be fine as long as you follow your plan. And if you can't find a great training plan, don't lose heart. Once you've mastered the fundamentals, we can assist you in developing one. How long exactly is a marathon? Before beginning the desired training program, familiarize yourself with the length of a marathon. A marathon's official distance is a whopping 26.2 miles. Since the marathon's inception in the 20th century, events like the Olympics have been based on its set length. Long-distance foot races were not held as part of the ancient Olympics. However, the marathon was one of the events at the first modern Olympic Games, which were held in Athens, Greece. The foot race was created by the organizers as a way to pay tribute to a diligent ancient Greek messenger. To get the crucial news to Athens, he ran about 40 kilometers, or 25 miles. The messenger died of exhaustion after finally reporting to the Greeks in 490 BC that they had defeated the Persians. A long television marathon might make you switch the channel out of boredom. Because an official travels a distance of 26.2 miles, all competitors finish in between 2 and 8 hours. The overall average time to cross the finish line is 4 to 5 hours. 5K is not as long as it appears in miles. Once you begin running, signing up for a marathon is usually on your list of things to do. If you've only recently discovered your love for running, participating in a marathon event's 5K run option will help you improve. You can use this to further your training so that you can complete long runs. A 5K run in a marathon indicates your willingness to run 3.1 miles. Because it helps them build their strength and stamina, this distance is suitable for the majority of beginners. A 5K foot race helps to highlight the results of one's training regimen in addition to being the simplest distance to find. The distance allows for sufficient pace time to assess a runner's agility as well. Typically, during the summer, spring, or fall seasons, you can find posters for local foot races. The majority of neighborhood marathons only host a 5K run to entice participants. People set up these events to raise money for good causes, so being a part of one typically makes you feel fulfilled. As a result, by participating in a nearby local marathon, you get to accomplish two wonderful things. Win or lose, you contributed to charity while honing your running technique. Don't be intimidated by competing against more experienced runners when the 5K run begins. It takes time to improve as a beginner before you can cross the finish line quickly. Reaching the finish line in less than 25 minutes is one of the unwritten rules among runners in 5-kilometer races. You need to practice keeping a pace of about 8 minutes per mile in order to achieve that. Calculate 10K's equivalent in miles to motivate yourself. You probably came across advertisements for 10K runs while looking up the length of a marathon. The 5K run we previously mentioned is doubled to 10K in miles, or 6.2 miles. Once you've completed the 5K option and reached your goal, you can register for a 10K marathon. You might be taken aback to discover a longer list of participants than before, though. Both new and seasoned runners participated in the 6.2-mile race, which became increasingly popular. The distance tests or improves the abilities you develop during training. You might come across some virtual marathons being held online, given the state of the world right now. Instead of inflating your finish times, track your pace honestly to determine what you need to work on for the upcoming runs. Additionally, increasing your time by at least 30 seconds can help you get ready for runs on various terrains. You should stick to training schedules that will help you pace yourself more quickly if you're a beginner 10K runner. After that, stick to a schedule that will strengthen or boost the stamina you acquired during your 5K race preparation. When you train, keep in mind your body's maximum capacity to prevent exhausting your strength. Aiming for the unattainable, such as running a mile in under 6 minutes, will only exhaust you. If you successfully complete your 10K run goal, you can prepare for longer runs before signing up for an official marathon. Create a training program for the marathon. Online, you can easily find a variety of training schedules for marathons. Keep in mind various aspects of the environment you'll train in before you jump into any schedules or regimens. Every training program calls for you to invest several hours of your time in order to reach your objective. Although it may seem overwhelming, investing your time will ultimately leave you feeling very fulfilled. The different environmental factors in your area have an impact on how well you train for any type of marathon. The environment of the venue where the race will be held must also be taken into account. Don't forget to take into account any potential pre- or post-run crowds, weather, or terrain. Before you create the best training schedule, keep these factors in mind. You must incorporate the foods that improve your running into your daily routine leading up to the race after developing a good training schedule. You must consume the calories burned while training for longer distance marathons. Before stuffing yourself with too much food, you must, however, be mindful of the food intake that your body is aware of. Finally, never forget to stay hydrated throughout your training or the actual race. Dehydration not only slows you down, but also reduces the stamina you have worked so hard to develop. Additionally, including the liquids you must consume can aid in your body's acclimatization to the race's climate. Once you have established all of these variables, you can find an online pace calculator to assist you in keeping track of your times. Make or use a pace chart for a marathon. You can now create your pace chart since you know how long a marathon is. You or a member of your family can use the pace calculator we mentioned to keep track of your training times. With this, you can forecast your paces going forward, particularly on the day of the marathon you registered for. If you fail to reach your goal, don't be hard on yourself. As we previously mentioned, even the most seasoned runners encountered some challenges before achieving their quick times. Another option is to take your time and dedicate a routine to a scheduled marathon that won't happen for several months after you sign up. This then gives you enough time to modify your body so that you can train without feeling rushed. You can use a number of online guides or predictions to keep track of your progress when it comes to writing down your marathon pace chart. These tools highlight your strengths and weaknesses for each lap. Additionally, keeping track of your finish times will help you decide what areas of your training you should concentrate on. If you've run multiple marathons in the past, you can use your times to get faster at the following distance. Register for races every 4 to 6 weeks to get predictions that are more accurate. You now have enough time to train or keep an eye on your pace chart and predictions. To keep yourself inspired to compete against your usual rivals in the following marathon, you can also keep track of their finishing times. Some newcomers might find it challenging to sign up for races without short distance options while searching for monthly marathons. If you run into the same issue, don't let your lack of experience stop you from participating in long-distance marathons. The skills you learned from your training program are put to the test by signing up for different races every 4 to 6 weeks. Additionally, competing in marathons on varied terrain or in other sports tests your current accomplishments. That's for now. We appreciate you for being here. View more our channel videos.